There we go. So y'all don't know. Let me give you a little bit of behind the scenes of what's actually going on. When I be sitting here and y'all see me looking up, this is actually what I'm looking at. I got a whole nother monitor back there. And what this allows me to do is while I'm recording, because the camera sits up there, it allows me to kind of look you guys in the eyes while I'm talking. Sometimes I feel like I'm just looking down at the computer screen and I'm not really connecting with the people. So I went and I got this additional monitor, so it makes it look like I'm actually looking up and I'm talking to the people. I think it's probably one of the best additions I've added to the studio in a minute. If you think about where we come from, where we started at, you can go back and look at my first video called "Dealing with a Karen." Right? It's amazing how we've come so far, right, with this channel. And yet we still got so far to go. But ultimately, I enjoy doing what I'm doing as I continue to try to craft this skill and get better at what I do. It's fun to me, right? And think about it. YouTube started back in 2006, 2007, somewhere around there. If I would have been on my game back then and really took this tool and used it for this benefit, who knows where we could have been, man. I could sit up here and share stories for days about growing up around that time because that's when I was out really young, running and gunning. So, I mean, it could have been real different for me, right? Y'all hear all them crazy stories that me and my boys had, but nonetheless, we're here now. We got a whole different skill set that we can share with people. Being that this is the Labor Lounge, I put this channel together simply because I've been working in retail for over 20 years, and you guys have probably heard me say that before if you've been around for a little while. I put this channel together because I believe some of the best stories in the world happen on the job site, right? Dealing with customers, dealing with co-workers, dealing with, I mean, partners, whoever it is, right? There's stuff that happens at the job site that the outside world does not really understand what it's like to when you're dealing in that environment. So the channel kind of came about that way. I really didn't understand how to put it together, but I knew I wanted to do something and I wanted to share this experience with the world. And I feel like the bigger I can get this channel, the bigger I can make this platform. Ultimately, I would like to get people on here so they could share their stories because there's so many different facets of work, right? Myself working in retail. Other people that I've had on the show are entrepreneurs. Some people cook food and they deliver. I have some who started a mobile bartending service. I had a photographer on here. I had somebody who dealt with people with there was a specific term, excuse me, a specific term that she shared with me. I want to say autistic. She deals with autistic people, but mental disabilities or learning disabilities. And I apologize, Miss Callahan. You did teach me that term, but it's slipping my mind right now. But I had her on here, and she's doing really well. People from Atlanta. I still got other interviews that, and I gotta apologize to them. I set up with them, and I just never got around to doing those things simply because I didn't get around to doing those things simply because we've been trying to do different things with the channel to find out exactly where our niche is going to be. And this is the person we've been waiting for. Let's get him up on the stage so we can continue talking our ish about. Professor, how you doing, man?
Coolin', baby.
It's been a minute since I've been on with my boy.
You already know.
I know, man. I know that you can see my boy is hard at work, man, but he's taking a little bit of time to kick it with us, man. How's the world treating you today?
Man, listen. Everybody likes to beat up on the internet superhero, dog.
They beating up
Not
on
all
you, man.
heroes, not all heroes wear capes. Sometimes they wear pastel.
Oh, is that what's going on? my
Yeah,
boy,
buddy.
my boy out there chasing a dollar, man. I ain't mad at you, man. So what? You on the lunch break right now?
Yeah, man. We over here doing it big, man. I fixed two people's little situations, did a few new installs. Just relaxing, maxing, cooling, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Yeah, all that.
Hey man, I was just sitting here talking my stuff, looking at the camera and just reminiscing, man. It's amazing where we at to where we come from, or where we're at versus where we came from when we did dealing with a Karen. You remember that video?
Yo, dealing with a carrot is classic, man.
Then we had clap cleats. I don't even think if they've been around long enough, they know what clap cleats is all about.
Man, listen, I was just telling somebody about clap cleats, right? And I was like, listen, man, I was like, Mom Dukes went ahead and cop the clap cleats. They was like, Mom Dukes. I was like, nah, she watched the show and she saw that he wanted that, It wasn't like she was like in his life or nothing. He said he wanted it. Mom got it for him. Simple as that. Don't look into it.
Yeah, I got a pair of clap cleats in here, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. But yeah, I was just appreciating what we was doing, man, and what we've been able to accomplish. And really and truly, man, I just wanted to take some time and just really talk because one, I know our consistency has been a problem, not due to anybody's fault or anything like that, but we both got a job, right? We both got a job. We both got real life to deal with. So to the people that's going to watch this, I appreciate you for just continuing to rock with us, not hitting the unsubscribe button, and continue to just help us grow, because the goal is to ultimately be able to do this full time. And I know that's what myself and the professor both want, but it's a process. It's a process because I got 3 kids and an old lady and they all got to eat.
You damn right. I don't like this van. I'm in this van for a reason. I don't want to be in this. I'd much rather be in the comforts of my studio, man. Just be chilling, relaxing and vibing with everybody, Look at this little tiny camera angle. Why they do this to me? They know I'm bigger than life. Why are they tripping?
People would say it's because you don't got an iPhone, man. That's what they would say. I got an Android.
They not going to say that, because if that was the case, then iPhone would be way more capable than Android, and we already know that I could go ahead and take pictures on the moon. So I don't even want to hear that.
I got you, man. Listen, I am an Android user, but I do know people on YouTube who actually use the iPhone for this purpose, and their camera angle is wide. How they do it, I don't know, but I'm just saying I've seen it.
You know what? Let me stop playing with y'all, bro. How about now?
Problem solved.
Oh, Android, iPhone.
you gonna get ate up in the comments for this one, man.
Man, listen, iPhone people don't want no smoke, because you know what? Every time that they have a conversation, it's superficial, right? Yeah. It's not about anything that's really about architecture or any type of function or whatever. It's just one little itty bitty feature. You're green. I don't like you anymore.
No,
really?
It's crazy. No, it is so crazy you say that, man, because I've actually spoken to women, and it's mainly women, girls, women, whatever you want to call it, right? Who would be like, oh, it's just weird to see green bubbles pop up on the phone. I'm like, how's that weird? Like, did you get the message? Like,
it's just weird to see green bubbles. You know what's really weird? That you're really all that concerned with it. Like, there are so many other things in the world to be concerned with, right? Instead of being disgusted on receiving a message in a way you didn't appreciate it. How dare this come in on green? You take this back and you bring it back blue. Like, what do you really want, bro? Like, why is the offense so high? They real cult-like.
It's crazy. Hey, peep game. Peep game. I was talking to that boy on Primo earlier, right?
Yeah.
I came up with an idea, and I think I like this one, bro. So check it. I came up with an idea called "Old People Shouldn't Be on TikTok." So peep game. I feel like, we could review TikTok clips, man, and it don't got to be old people. We the old people, but we'll be on TikTok scrolling through this shit, and we'll just be looking at, like, what's happening out there in the world, and we just review TikTok videos, bro. Say fuck them.
First and foremost, let's be clear. I'm not gonna say TikTok is the equivalent of YouTube, but TikTok is what you make of it, right? You can find some supremely useful information, but if you let it roll, you'll roll down the rabbit hole, and be seeing all kinds of craziness and stuff like that. And typical
No, I
people
get it.
who,
Hmm.
you know, typical people who aren't technologically savvy, they'll just get lost in the algorithm. But if you know what
Yeah.
it is that you want, you could go ahead and search and put your algorithm to where it needs to be and potentially have TikTok as a useful function. But don't get it twisted. I'm definitely looking forward to going ahead and talking smack about some wild TikTok videos because I feel like TikTok is the Florida of streaming providers.
Oh my God. Not the Florida.
Listen, every other week there's something crazy going on in Florida. The news reports it. Florida man, in today's news, Florida man goes ahead, climbs a house, and he's high on bath salts. Like, what is this?
Yo, don't be
Florida,
putting Florida. Don't be putting
Florida
Florida
be
down like that,
Floridering.
bro. Listen, you act like Houston ain't doing the same thing.
Yeah, but on the scale of Florida, Florida is like, you know how they have like good, better, best.
You asshole, bro. You
Florida's the
oh
best
man.
at this, bro. They the best.
We the
Like,
best.
yeah, DJ Khaled boys, you the best.
You stupid, dog. You stupid.
I'm just saying, bro. Florida be Floridering, man. Wild moments down in Florida,
Yeah,
getting it popping.
we definitely be doing that bull crap down here, dog. But I don't know. I'm gonna say we not the worst, bro. You know, since we
Yo,
start
did
doing
you?
current events and some more ish, I don't do as many Florida videos as I see coming from KTLA and WSB in Houston. I don't know.
Well, first and foremost, it's because you're trying to make the show diverse. But we literally could X everything out and make a whole show on Florida's events.
No,
They
I
have
agree.
enough events for us to do it, but we're just trying to be diverse. So that's why
Mainly,
we see.
mainly, mainly because I feel like if I talk about something in Florida, a bitch could find me, bro. They fuck around and roll
Yo,
up to the
big
store.
man, big man, where you? I haven't seen you in a while. Listen, man, they gonna come over. You ain't shop my store in a
I'm
minute.
telling you, bro. I feel like a bitch can find me, bro, if they fuck around, man.
Oh my god.
Yo, so I say, you know what? I be seeing a lot of Florida shit. I be like, man, they ain't finna fuck with these people, bro. That's too close to home. You
Listen,
got a
man.
dude that ripped out somebody's eyeballs at an insane asylum, bro. You think I'm finna talk about Buddy? Nah, he too close. Bitch, I know
Bro,
where Pembroke Pines at.
look, in Florida, they have like these alligators that'll pop up in the weirdest places. Okay, have a beautiful, nice home, but because it's off of the canal, now you in the alligator's home, and
Yeah.
then they pull up, and all you're hearing is noises. I'm like, what is going on? You don't even see nothing until they pull the gator out a little bit, and then you see how monstrous this thing is.
Yeah.
All right. In Florida, they catch gators with a trash can.
Yeah. Yeah, we bought that life. I saw an old dude shit, it might have been on TikTok now that I'm sitting here talking to you. He was beating the alligator with a pan. I don't know if you saw that, bro. He was smacking the alligator on the top of the head with a freaking frying pan. I said, that boy real. You know how real you gotta be to go outside and fight an alligator with a frying pan?
He's so basic that he knows if I instill pain, you will be out of here. That's it. This is the basic concept. All right. It's either me or
Oh
you.
man.
Where does frying pan at? Hold up. Let me just
Yeah. And
straight up.
funny part, the gator damn sure ran off.
Wow. That's
Courtesy
crazy.
of TikTok. That's why I say old people shouldn't be on TikTok. I'm about to crack 40, bro, at the turn of 2024, man. I'm about to be old, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
Yo, but the crazy part is we look better than some of the young people, bro.
It's because we not
Yo,
fighting all the mental issues, bro. We got punched in the mouth in school. You know,
yeah.
you've been body slammed before. Like, I know what it's like to have a cousin scoop me. Like, I understand all of these things, and you had to build mental and physical fortitude. Nowadays,
Yo,
bro, the computer don't fight back.
but the computer will show you the address so I can go and fight you in person, though.
Yeah, ain't nobody pulling up because bro, I don't even think these kids want to get a driver's license nowadays.
Nah, they definitely do.
Nah, you live in Atlanta, bro. I'm down here. I don't know. I would
They
like to do a
definitely.
survey.
I don't even have to do the survey, but I'd love to see the results.
Yeah,
Cause and yo, there's no 16-year-old kid that doesn't want to be free. There's none. And your car is the extension of your freedom. Now, I will say this: I don't know if things are the same in Florida as they were, when it was in my prime, where we was beating down the block with some systems. I don't
nah.
know if they, yeah, it's different now.
I don't even know the last time I gotta go east to hear a car with a system. Like, I don't hear that like I used to. Like, every car that drove by had some sort of system. Now I barely hear it.
That's wild, man. At one point in time, we flooded the streets. Everybody had a system in Florida. It was like
Yeah,
it was like getting your driver's license. You get um okay, you got your driver's license, you got insurance, you got your registration, you got your system. You ain't got no
driver.
system?
What'd you say? Driver license starter pack.
Yeah, it's the driving starter kit. If you didn't have a system, it was almost like you didn't have a complete car. What you doing running around here with this thing? It sounds like some old school Sony headphones. What is this?
Oh yeah, yeah. And every time you got a system, it was always somebody with something better. I remember my
And then
first
and then
system.
and then you going back in competition. You got to get something bigger now.
Yeah, I remember my first system. I think I put two 12s in the trunk of the car, and I can't even remember what kind they were. It was a long time ago, but put two 12s in the car, got an amp, they put it up under the seat, they ran the wires, everything was clean, bought a new radio. But I remember complaining, like, yo, why is not really hitting the way I wanted it to? So I went back, and the dude was like, well, look, this is just a system. This was Circuit City. So it tells you how long ago this was. He was like,
Woo!
this is just the way he goes, this is just the way it was, everything's hooked up properly. And I used to have to turn the volume all the way up to get the speakers to hit. So then I think I went and spoke to my boy Joe, and Joe was like, "Oh, you need to get something to amplify. It's because it's using the factory settings and it's not really activating." So he was like, "You got to get this," and it was like the little bass knob thing. It had like three buttons on it or three little knobs on it.
It's called the remote gain.
Yeah, that thing. So he hooked it up for me. He went, he got one, he hooked it up for me. He told me to throw him a couple bucks. Okay, boom. I went on ahead and did that, but I was beaten down. It was me. And I had the my Lincoln Continental back then. It was a 1999 Lincoln Continental. That thing was hit. I ain't gonna lie to you. V8.
Hey,
Gas
hey,
guzzler.
let me tell you something, man. I remember one of my configurations that I had wasn't conducive to a set of speakers. I knew this set of speakers would slam, but the amp that I had wouldn't go ahead and wire it correctly to beat it down. So I was like, all right, I'm pretty sure somebody else got a 2-channel, and I put the note out that I was trying to get rid of these. Who happened to buy them? Big man. Big man, go ahead and buy my 212 Pioneers, puts them in the back of his joint, and crushes the block with his
I remember
joint.
that. I remember
And
that.
I'm like, I ain't even going front. It was a bittersweet moment because I was happy, but I felt some type of
Yeah. Those Pioneers, those went in the Tahoe. That was the Tahoe.
stop it.
Yeah, I still got that Tahoe. That was my 04 Tahoe. The Pioneers went in the Tahoe because those didn't go in the Continental, because when I sold the system out the Continental, I traded it in. I gave the Continental to Chevy. Yeah, I traded the Continental to Chevy because the what starts slipping? The transmission starts slipping, and I was like, man, I'm not paying for no transmission. So I took it to Chevy. They looked at it, and I'll never forget, they was gonna give me more than market value for the car. But by the time I got into that bitch, yo, the motherfucking AC stopped working, bitch. I'll never forget that shit. I was like, oh, bro, I lost like $1,000 on that deal.
Right.
Hey, day late, dollar short.
Yeah, dog, they got me.